Hi all, welcome back to another Southern Woman's vlog. Today we're making my grandma's Southern chocolate cake. It is so delicious and perfect right now, time of year. Ingredients you'll need. Now I've listed everything you'll need for the cake here. When I show you how to make the frosting later on, you'll have those ingredients. First up, we need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now I'm using my favorite baking spray here, which is Pam. It has flour and it also has the oil in it, so when you spray it, it has everything in there. You don't have to grease it and then flour it. It just comes out perfect every time. And then next I am adding 2 cups of granulated sugar to the mixing bowl. And now I'm just adding 1 3/4 cup of cake flour. Cake flour is better than all-purpose flour because it will give you a much more tender cake. It's actually milled 27 times more than just regular all-purpose flour. Even my beloved White Lily soft winter wheat, get cake flour. I guarantee you'll be much happier. Your cake will be fantastic. Everybody will rave about how delicious and tender your cake is. I'm just going to mix it thoroughly together with the mixer on. And next I'm adding 3/4 cup of Dutch processed cocoa. Now I would suggest using Dutch processed cocoa, not just regular cocoa. It gives you a richer cake. But I wouldn't use Dutch processed cocoa for the frosting. Now I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then next I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I have no idea what Mama and I are talking about right now. Well, obviously I'm teasing her about something. Now I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of diamond kosher salt. It's my favorite salt for baking. All bakers that I know use it. And then I'm adding 1 cup of whole milk. Please don't use low fat. You really need whole fat.
Baking is like a science.
And then next I'm going to add 2 large room temperature eggs that I've beaten. It's better if you beat it before you put it in. It just gives you a smoother cake batter. Because you don't want to beat or mix the cake batter too long. You want it to be very fast. And now I'm just adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of vegetable. I actually measured out a whole cup, and then I had to only add 1/2 cup, and I was mad at myself there. That's what you're hearing. And now I'm just turning on the mixer on medium, and I'm just going to turn it on for just like 5 seconds. You'll see I stop it, and then I scrape down the bowl because I want to make sure there's no pockets of flour at the bottom. Scraping is very important. Then I turn it on for 5 seconds, and then I turn it off. Now, you can either put 1 cup of espresso coffee or hot water. I was having trouble finding my espresso powder, so I originally just put in the hot water and thought, oh, well, never mind. I'll just tell people about the espresso, you know. But anyways, I put that in. We're blooming the chocolate, basically. But the coffee does give a stronger coffee flavor, and I found the espresso. And I'm adding 1 teaspoon of espresso powder. And I'm just mixing like for 5 seconds, and then I'm turning it off, and now we're done. So for totally, I think I mixed the cake totally for maybe 25 seconds. That was it. And then next, I'm going to evenly divide the batter into the greased cake tins.
Daisy, give it up.
And then next, I'm going to put them in the oven. And they're going in first I tap it down, tap it down because I want to make sure there's no air bubbles. Now I'm putting the cakes in the preheated 350 degree oven. And they're going to bake between 30 and 35 minutes. This is standard. And then I'm going to, right before they're ready, I'm going to test them with a toothpick. I have long wooden skewers that I use. And they're done. Came out clean, so I know it's done. I bring them out and I cool them on wire racks. It's always very hard to get. I wish I had 2 wire racks. think I'm going to invest in another one. Now we're frosting. And this is really simple. Everybody has this recipe, but here you go. Ingredients you need. Again, I'm not using Dutch processed cocoa. It's 1 stick of butter into the mixer, it's softened, and 2 cups of powdered sugar. And then I have the mixer on, by the way, on low. And I'm adding a third of a cup, I should say, of whole milk. Whole milk always. And now I'm going to add 2/3 cup of just regular cocoa. I'm using Ghirardelli, I guess is how you would pronounce it. I don't speak Italian. So I'm adding 2/3 cup of just regular cocoa. But I wouldn't use Dutch process for the frosting, just for the cake. And now I'm scraping down the bowl. I always scraping down the bowl. And then I'm going to turn the mixer back on. I'm just looking for pockets of powdered sugar. And now I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Somebody asked me, why does my vanilla extract look so weird? I'm adding 1 teaspoon of espresso powder, and I'm going to beat this. This gives it a richer coffee flavor. Well, I make my own, and those are all coffee beans. That's what that is. And when it's done, I just turn it off, and I'm ready to go. And now I'm just going to frost the cake. This is pretty self-explanatory. The cake has to be completely cool. Completely cooled. This is the next day, actually. So don't try to frost your cake the same day. Just let them cool. Let them hang out, It's just better if they're completely cooled. You're not going to have any problems. You're not going to have to do a crumb coat or anything like that, because you let the cake cool. That's the one thing my mama taught me about cake thing that I always stick to. Sometimes I try to break the rules on other things, but that I do not break. And Mama was there helping me. I was joking around that we would endeavor to eat this cake all by ourselves, even though it was going to be a hardship. Oh, we tried. We tried. We gave a lot away. So now I'm just finishing decorating. I'm not the best decorator, but I bought some special stuff to put on it for Valentine's Day. Mama picked some stuff out she liked. Oop, I got the thing on there.
Yeah, I see that. I want to make sure the bottom is done.
It looks pretty good, I think. And now I'm just adding some decorations. These are some, they're actually butterflies. Look like butterflies. They're not real butterflies, obviously. But they're candy, like paper candy. It's really weird, but they're just candy paper. And they're painted to look like butterflies. And these are actually little pearls, but they're candy as well. They're red. And we thought they would look very pretty here, and they did. I think it looks really good. I'm very happy with this. It's a little bit nicer because it's for Valentine's Day. That's why I did it. A little bit more elevated, I guess you could say. A lot more fun. I told Mama we could make cupcakes next time, and she said, nope, I like the cake. I'm like, okay. Because she likes decorating it. And this is what it looks like with the pearls on the side. You can get any kind of color. They sell it any kind of color with these pearls. And this is what it looks like from above. It was absolutely delicious. I guarantee if you make my grandma's Southern chocolate cake, everyone will love you. To help our channel grow, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one. It doesn't cost you anything. And gosh, we do hope you're enjoying our content. We're going to be doing some different content this year, adding some stuff that I want to do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. All right, we'll see you next time. We post new videos 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. But we also post a lot of our pet videos, you'll see. And I'm always posting them. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching. We're ever so grateful you came on by to watch one of our little videos. And to our subscribers, new and old, thank you profoundly for supporting us and helping us grow. Right now, it's incredibly cold here in the U.S., so we ask that you please watch out for your pets. Bring them inside. Don't let them stay out for very long. I wouldn't even let my cat, I won't let my cat out because the doctor said, or the vet said, nothing under 45 degrees. It's very hard on little animals. They can't really regulate. Also, the elderly in your life, please check on them. Make sure they've got food and they're warm, their heaters are working. Just keep checking on them because they tend to want to save money, so they turn their heater off. Not a good idea in, sub-freezing weather. All right, as always, stay safe and be blessed.